Hey guys, what's up? It's Dusty here, back with another crypto video, and today we're gonna give away $50 worth of crypto, and you guys already know how these giveaways work. Make sure you check out the Discord as well, a link for that is in the description below, and make sure you also go ahead and follow my second channel. It is called Dusty. I'll post some other content on there, and also it will act as a backup channel. Now guys, today we're gonna be talking about Cardano ADA and about Justin Sun / Tron TRX. So for Cardano, they just got listed on KuCoin, which is quite a popular exchange, but I noticed that a lot of people gave some really positive feedback around the situation of Cardano getting added, even though KuCoin particularly is not a very big exchange. It doesn't get used that much. It is pretty cool to see that Cardano is still getting listed to exchanges and that people are still talking about this. It's still getting spread, and I think it was definitely worth mentioning, as most of the time you don't really hear about Cardano getting on exchanges. Moving forward though, there is an article that was talking about the price. Cardano ADA price shows bullish signs. Can ADA sustain 10 cents this time? And the price of Cardano right now is 7.93 cents. So a lot of people are wondering, if we go above 10 cents, can we stay there? And when will we actually get to that 10-cent mark? And for me, it is completely a guess when we're going to get to that 10-cent mark. I've been really trying to predict a lot of these things within the last couple of months here, just seeing when these patterns occur and exactly when what happens, but it is nearly impossible to really know when these bigger BTC surges happen. I've really tried, and we can only know when the time is right, and whenever it does happen, you'll know. But for right now, it is almost impossible to say. And even if you're asking yourself the question, will it stay above 10 cents? That answer is not out there, since we don't know what BTC is going to do. And since all these coins are that reliant with a dominance of 63% in Bitcoin, the coins will fall as well if Bitcoin retracts as well. So yeah, that's really something you should take in the back of your head. If they say something else like, oh, it will get to 10 cents and it will stay there, they're talking out of their since you can't tell for sure. Cardano found a response to critics, ADA on the chopping board. So Cardano crumbling down 18.7%, and Facebook gives nothing in return, says Charles Hoskinson. Right, what these two things are talking about is Cardano is down quite a significant bit over a good period here. Week to date, 19% down. Again, it's actually not that bad anymore, since we had some pretty good days just around the corner for most of these crypto. I think Cardano has been one of the only coins that's been performing really sadly over the week, like over the last 2 days of this week. It's okay though if you really see it in the bigger scheme, because Cardano has really been performing well over the month, I should say, or a little bit of a longer time period here. If we look at the monthly here, it's actually been performing, quite regularly, so the weekly doesn't matter that much to me. And also the second part is Facebook gives nothing in return, says Charles Hoskinson. This actually regards the fact that Charles and the Cardano team are actually better than Facebook to a certain extent. Let me quickly read this and give you guys another explanation for that. Charles Hoskinson, the co-founder of Cardano, is often brazen. I think that's how you pronounce that. After forcing changes in the Cardano Foundation, he now says Facebook enslaves and gives nothing in return. So what he's talking about there is that Facebook partners up with lots of places, and Facebook has now gotten Libra in place. But what Facebook really does is they make you need them, all right? You need Facebook and you start to use them, but they really don't give you anything in return. And what Cardano is really there to do is give back. They're trying to help you as much as possible and not just make it so you need them, but they won't give you anything, really. That's sort of a comparison that he makes. We also discovered and covered this in one of my previous videos, but it's a little bit of a vaguer concept, as often you'll see discussions from people going back and forward about how Facebook works, but also, we're talking here about the bigger scheme of things. Online commentators believe that Facebook is a primer, readying crypto assets to new highs. With a broad user base of over 1.7 billion people, Facebook's stablecoin Libra will indeed shed light on what crypto and digital assets are. Even so, Charles is adamant, arguing that despite expectations, Facebook as a tech company gives nothing in return. Instead, what the scandal-ridden social media giant does is enslave. While talking to Finance Magnus, he said, "I'm not entering a market and looking to extract value from people. Facebook has come into countries it doesn't even know anything about and convinces them to enslave themselves to economic monopoly and give nothing in return. And their only pitch is that they'll pay less on fees." What this is talking about here again is, as an example, let's talk about a country, Uganda. All right. So what Cardano would do if they were to go to that country, or if they're there, they go there, let's say for 2 years. They look how it works. They look how the economy goes over there. They look how people react to each other, how they work, and what the way of working is in the specific country. And what they then decide to do is work with the government to decide what the best way to fix everything up is. Working with the government, really trying to extract value out of the people for the people, and not just extract value from the people into the company, into Facebook as an example. So what the difference here is between these two companies is that Facebook, they see a country, Uganda, they're like, you know what, hey, use this, you'll pay less fees. It's cool for Uganda, but it's not that specific, and it's only because Facebook is needed because they have a monopoly over there, and they, let's say Uganda, cannot do without them because they need to pay less on these fees if they want to, survive, sort of, right? And Facebook is kind of creating a dependency from a lot of parties, which Cardano is really not all about. They really want to create value with the people, for the people, instead of just making everybody need them, because it's a little bit of a douchey thing to do. I don't necessarily know if that's, again, everybody's opinion. I would definitely say that there's some other people who say Facebook is just doing business, strictly business, and they're doing a very good job at it. We can definitely see it from that way, but also a humanly perspective, it's not the best thing to do. But hey, it's just my personal opinion. It's all just for entertainment purposes only, and this is not financial advice. However, he didn't stop there responding to any critics. Busy tearing down RHK and frustrated by shifty deadlines, Charles said, "I also think the community has been exceedingly unfair with their criticism of our deadlines. People are saying we're incompetent, that we don't know what we're doing. Moreover, there's many people on Reddit and Twitter and other things who have said things are just crazy." And Charles is not happy with all of that. I can understand it though. If you're calling Charles a hot air or a potato, or saying he doesn't do his job well, doesn't know what he's doing, you're really barking up. No, that's not what I want to say, barking up the wrong tree, but that's not it. You're really not blaming the right person. Charles and the team are working extremely hard, and they're extremely competent for the job that they're doing. The only problem is, as we discovered a while ago, that the first 90% of programming will only get you so far. It will most likely only get you halfway there. And the problem that lies there is that the first parts that you can plan out are often way less work than you, the whole project is actually way less work than you planned out. So the first 90% might all go to plan, all right? Let's say you thought it would take 3 months. You're 2.5 months in, you're 90% done, you're way on schedule, but then comes one issue after 90% of all the programming. You're like, what is this? We didn't count on this. And another 90% of the work needs to be done. And that's another 2.5 months that you have to add. Things like that are not planned. They're always planned in the sense that they're always taking a little bit more time than needed already, because they know that this exists. They know that most of the time things go differently than expected, and they plan. But it's always difficult to plan that far ahead, if you get my drift there. If you're expecting something to take 9 months, you say, all right, it's going to take a year, but after a while it takes, 1.5 years or 2 years. You, of course, couldn't plan for that, because if you plan 2 years from the start, it's very hard to close it in a deadline as well, because people have all, put in value to a certain date. And if you decide to replace the date earlier, some people might also be like, what's happening, and a lot of things, are very hard with setting up dates of these bigger projects. And Charles Hoskinson is doing the best that they can. That's really what my point lies in. Now, Cardano ADA technical analysis, support levels in play. Don't even want to talk about this. Don't even get me started on these support and resistance levels, guys. It's been such a difficult week for Cardano, and definitely not something worth mentioning right here. I definitely do not recommend trading some of these altcoins right now. Cardano is a little bit of a difficult altcoin to handle and to do. I'm staying away from it for right now, but maybe I'll get back to it. But I'll definitely let you know if I do sell. Cardano price prediction, risk of crucial breakdown below 75, so 7.5 cents. Well, again, I'm not too scared of that. Even if it does happen, it's nothing permanent. It's nothing bad. It's all completely fine. It's gonna follow BTC. Don't attach too much value to this, guys. So, talking about Tron TRX, I am beyond excited for the launch of BitTorrent Speed with the BTT wallet. Come join me for an AMA live session on July 8th at 6 p.m. PDT. I'll be picking out questions to answer only on YouTube this time. BitTorrent. AMA with Justin Sun and Justin Knoll. July 8th on YouTube. And a lot of people are talking about this already on Twitter. Everywhere I saw a lot of discussions going around about people having questions and the need for speed. A lot of fun and positive things going on as well. What I'm most excited about here is that we finally have another moment or time to get some questions going about BitTorrent speed. There's a lot of uncertainty, there's a lot of doubt, and a lot of questions is out there that I think will finally be answered with this session, and it was really due, and it's really amazing that they're finally doing this. But also because a lot of people are having questions about BitTorrent itself that still need some answering to do. We covered that in like one of our last BitTorrent videos that we did. Like how quickly is everything going? What are the plans for the upcoming months and such things? I think we'll have to cover most of this as well in his session that's coming the 8th of July. But quickly read this little part right here as it is quite important. Tron CEO has announced the upcoming launch of BitTorrent latest test net. Set for Monday, July 1st, which is already in the past now, Tron says the new file system protocol is distributed web platform powered by blockchain tech, and the crypto-based platform rewards users with the BitTorrent token in exchange for sharing files and enabling faster downloads. The platform is billed as the world's largest blockchain application for speedy uploading and downloading of files. BitTorrent BitTorrent reports an existing user base of more than 100 million and says the consumer platform currently drives 22% of upstream and 3% of downstream traffic globally as people share film, video, audio, software, and digital files. A variant of Interplanetary File System (IPFS) protocol, BitTorrent Speed merges BitTorrent and blockchain, and it will be available on July 8th, which is also when that session is going to be. With BitTorrent Speed, this is Justin Sun speaking, we aim to strengthen the BitTorrent protocol and then deliver more features that inspire innovation across industries. BitTorrent Speed will be the first major use case of blockchain by introducing the concept of cryptocurrency to 100 million users. It is important for us to educate our users on BTT and how it will power faster downloads. So guys, this is again quite amazing. I'm really hoping to answer some of that questions, or to actually be able to ask some of those questions, but I think it's going to be relatively soon that we get all the answers that we're seeking. Tron may flourish in July thanks to BitTorrent developments. Again guys, July is going to be a huge month for Tron, for BTT, and even though BitTorrent and Tron are separate things, we know how it all works out, right? We know how BitTorrent works with Tron, we know the connections between the two, and also if you're thinking about it, BitTorrent is really something under Tron, so if BitTorrent flourishes, I think Tron will get so much popularity as well that would just automatically increase. Tron flatlining, stabling at 3.1 cents. That's still a huge price for Tron, I would say. And BitTorrent Speed launching on July 8th. Tron's DApp ecosystem is growing, reaching 500, which is like a milestone. Meanwhile, the BitTorrent testnet is live, and the launching of BitTorrent Speed is significant for Tron and BTT owners. How much BTT do I have? A lot of people have been asking. I almost have nothing. I have barely any BTT. When is this launch with Warren Buffett going to be again? I've even forgotten just now. Wow, guys, I must look that up again. I forgot when the launch is going to be with Warren Buffett. Let me know in the comment section down below if you know when the launch is going to be. I'm quite excited for that as well. But the general idea is that Justin Sun is going to be very, very popular if BitTorrent does good. And that will also increase the TRX price, most likely. Tron TRX now is the superior decentralized network than Ethereum. This title is a little bit, meh. And it's on Tron Weekly Journal, which is not the best website in terms of quality, but it does contain a lot of TRX news. Tron is superior to Ethereum in total and average daily transactions, speed, which is transactions per second, DApp's growth, and a couple more things. And this has not been a new thing. This has been so for quite a long while, but more and more tweets have been coming out about people showing us in what ways Tron has been better, what Tron is doing, and all these other things. So let's see here. Tron bigger than Ethereum or better than Ethereum. ICO raised, ERC20 token launched, Independence Day, virtual machine launch, transactions and everything. A lot is in this little video. I don't know if I can show you guys it, so I'm just going through there, scrolling a little bit. You can see a lot, but what is pretty obvious and what you need to know is that Tron and EOS also are just way, way better than Ethereum in terms of progression and also just in terms of results. Here you can see data doesn't lie. All right, data doesn't take L's, but they're trying to say data doesn't lie. Total transactions, Tron higher than Ethereum. Daily average transactions higher than Ethereum. DApp users in whatever quarter, whatever year, most likely on Tron is going to be higher. money spent on dApps almost always going to be higher, and you get the idea. Most of the things are just won by Tron, and that's really where Ethereum lacks. You might be asking yourself, is there any way for Ethereum to back this up to still win? Most likely not. Ethereum is really slow paced. They're having a few things in their pipeline, which is still the reason why they're so high up in the market cap. But in terms of dApps and usage and all those things, I don't think they can ever compete with Tron and EOS anymore. Tron is really going to win this race, but that was it for this video, guys. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Hopefully you liked it. Let me know if you follow my second channel, because there is a big giveaway if this channel actually hits 8,000 subscribers. I'm really hoping for that all. But also, guys, don't forget to press the like button on this video, comment something down below, and hit the notification bell on. But I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care, everybody, and have a nice day.